Hello, my name is Andrew. You can call me Cookiez, and here are several Runelight plugins you should go enable and adjust for a much better experience in old school RuneScape. First up, we have animation smoothing. Enabling this plugin will smooth out choppy animations from the game. Simple as that. Next up, we have the GPU. This plugin allows RuneScape to be powered by our graphics card instead of our processor, which means much more FPS and access to a ton of cool features found within the GPU settings. Set the draw distance to about 90 to expand your visibility in-game for an awesome zoomed out look. And although you can't interact with objects that are way out in the distance of your view, you're still able to issue movement clicks out there, which extends past minimap clicks. Next, be sure to remove color banding and have that enabled, as this will help the different colors found within the game sort of blend together to make a much more appealing look to the environment, overall feel, and atmosphere. And then next up, you want to turn on anti-aliasing to the highest possible setting, depending on what graphics card you have and what that setting is allowed to go to, which for most modern PCs, you should be able to just max it out at MSAA X16. And lastly, adjust the fog depth to a number between 7 and 10 to give the edges of the viewable game space a more engaging look than just a drop off into an empty void. And next up, we have the Skybox plugin. Enabling this will color the typical black void found at the edge of the game view with colors that fit the current environment you're in. If you're in a city, the Skybox will be blue. If you're underground, the Skybox becomes this kind of dull gray color. It's really cool. So the next one we have is stretch mode. Enabling this is great if you want to play in resizable mode, but want your interfaces like the chat box, the inventory menu, and the minimap to be bigger than what they normally are by default. Just adjust the resizable scaling percent value to whatever you prefer. I have mine on about 50. And next on our list we have key remapping. This plugin will allow you to move your camera with the WASD keys if you have that enabled. And also you can rebind your in-game tabs like the combat, inventory, prayer, and spellbook menus to whatever keys you want. Menu entry swapper is up next for our plugins, and I would advise just enabling this plugin and not worrying about adjusting any settings within it until you feel you're ready to kind of go back and personalize it. But essentially what this does is it swaps out a lot of useful options to the left-clicked option for NPCs, items, and objects. For instance, you will be able to trade with shopkeepers just by left-clicking them rather than having to right-click every time. And this is really, really great as just a general quality of life plugin that has saved me a ton of time. And lastly on our list, we have the Runelight settings. So within the settings for the Runelight plugin in the client, yeah, I know it's a little confusing, but basically just type in Runelight into the plugin search bar and then click the cog, because this plugin is always enabled in the settings, and you'll want to enable the always on top setting. This is especially useful for those of you who only play with one monitor, but can still be useful and be used with more, because I use it myself. While Runelight is open, no other content on your computer can display over your Runelight window, meaning you can browse the wiki without losing sight of your game. So that wraps up the video. Hopefully it helped, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I appreciate it very much. Hope to catch you all on the stream, or see you in the next video.